You know, they don't call New York the Big Apple for nothing. Ask any knowledgeable New Yorker and they will tell you that this is the center of the universe. It's where all the action and the energy is. And that is especially true in the world of commercial real estate. Because here, buildings are bought and sold on a daily basis and real estate fortunes can be made practically overnight. But in order to navigate the complex world of real estate in New York, it takes a lot of special knowledge and some expert help. And that is what a firm named Besen and Associates has been providing. And in the process, they have earned an enviable reputation that has propelled them into the top ranks of New York's commercial real estate brokers. In order to find out just what it is that makes them so good, we visited the firm, spoke with a number of their brokers, beginning with the president of the company, Michael Besen.
Besen Associates is a full-service real estate company, started in 1988, and we sell investment properties. We manage investment properties all over New York City. We do mortgage brokerage, and we do retail leasing, and we do residential. So we're a full-service real estate firm.
Now we're talking about commercial property sales, right?
Office buildings, residential apartment buildings, taxpayers, which are urban strip centers. We sell loft buildings, development sites. We sell anything that really throws off an income in the New York area. Our main focus is with investors, people who buy and look for a return and either hold for the long term or sell. And in this market right now, a lot of people have been selling to do tax-free exchanges where they'll sell at a market price and then put the equity into another deal.
You know, you've been in business for a good while now. What, from your perspective, do you think it is that makes this firm so unique?
We're one of 5 exclusive brokers who sold 450 buildings for Freddie Mac. During the early 90s, we did a lot of REO sales for the banks. As the market started getting better in the late 90s, early 2000, 2001, we rode with the market. And basically, you have to understand the markets in New York, and you have to have been in the business for a long time to understand who the players are, who the new players are, and it's still a relationship-based business.
Michael, is New York a unique place to buy and sell real estate? I mean, is it much different from doing it in, say, Chicago or Los Angeles?
Because of the competition, people go to contract very quickly. They'll put down 10% and close. Whereas other parts of the United States, it's easier, it's not as competitive, there's more time to check out the properties, and because I think the upside potential is greater in New York and there's fiercer competition, I think deals get done quicker.
Emmett, explain to me from your perspective as a senior broker here, what do you think it is that makes this firm so special, so hot?
What we have sort of prized upon or cherished upon is really our own hands-on involvement in the projects, whether it's a $1 million project or a $50 million project. Mike, myself, Adelaide, I would say some of the other senior brokers have never really passed on the project to the junior brokers and let them do it.
You know, I really do get the impression you like what you do. This is a good business for you.
I absolutely enjoy what I do. This is a great way of doing the right thing. And remember something, you're doing the most important thing. You are actually selling properties to hopefully people who are now improving the housing stock or increasing the housing stock if it's a development site and somebody's building a brand new building, and sort of you're creating housing for people, you know, for whether it's for wealthy individuals or in the boroughs for middle income or lower income people. You're selling properties to responsible landlords who are turning these around, hey, for their own profit.
What do you look for in the employees and the brokers that you bring on board?
I just hired someone today, as a matter of fact. He's a gentleman who was in business for about 15 years, sold out to his family, and wanted to change careers. And he has great sales skills. He's been in his own business. He actually enjoys real estate. And he really came to me through just word of mouth, understanding that what we do. And his dream now is to sell investment properties. So we spoke for a couple hours, and I hired him because I saw in him his potential. We also have management. We manage about 800 to 900 apartments and 65 stores. We also manage about 800,000 square feet of commercial. We have a retail leasing firm.
What do you see for the future of the New York real estate market as you look down the road ahead?
It's extremely strong right now. I think the best indicator is the amount of construction that's going on. There's always building. There's developers looking for new sites. Condo prices are extremely high. And as long as that market continues, it creates jobs in construction. It creates jobs in real estate.
And what do you see for the future of your firm as you look down the road, 5, 10 years from now? Where would you like to be?
I take every day. Every day is a new day for me. And literally, I started with one person, and now we have about 60 people here at the firm. And I just continue to grow and hire bright people and work as a team and growth.
Besen is unique because we tend to be more of a group of individuals who are out-of-the-box thinkers. For example, when we look at a deal, we don't just take it as a piece of paper and go put a sign on a building and send it out to the whole world. We look at the deal, we try to find a value-added strategy, we try to find an angle, put a spin on it where we can create value, where we could show that there is more to it than just a piece of paper. So it's really getting out there and being a maverick, getting out there and just figuring out something other than what anyone else will see.
That's interesting. Who wants to live in a 6-story walk-up building?
The population of Manhattan is over 9 million people. They don't all live in high-rise buildings. They don't all live in condos, and they don't all live in co-ops. The majority of the working-class people in Manhattan live in tenements, apartment buildings, 6 stories, 5 stories, 4 stories. That's the bulk of our housing.
Tell me something. New York took a big hit after 9/11. Is it coming back now?
Manhattan never left. What happened in 9/11 was we lost maybe 6 months of a down cycle. And that was fine looking back, because what happened was we were on the way down anyway when 9/11 happened. That just catapulted us right to the bottom. And then with all the government assistance, we went right back up.
Explain something to me. Is New York an easy place to buy commercial real estate property?
It's not easy for an outsider, I will say that, because there are a lot of nuances that you need to know. There are a lot of agencies you have to get to. There are a lot of laws and requirements, and it's just not as easy as it sounds. However, if you have the right broker, what we do is we could put all of that together in a New York second. And, it basically takes out the cumbersomeness of our system, which is definitely not something that you could come in and learn in 5 minutes.
And how many of all of these services do you help your clients with?
Traditionally, what will happen is someone will come to me and say they want to sell a building, and this is usually someone I've already done business with. They'll say, you know what, I'm ready to sell this building, go do it. I'll go to my list, I'll have maybe 40, 50 buyers that I've acquired, are motivated or ready to do it, and capable of doing it. I'll go to them, show them a property, and they'll say to me, this is great, but now what do I do? I find the property for them. I find someone who can manage it, which would be our firm. I go in there, we can rent the apartments for them if there are vacancies. We can go in and manage the property for them, collect the rents, pay the bills, do all the filings with the city. If they have a store, we can go in there and rent the store for them. We can qualify tenants for them. We can also go and get a mortgage for them. We have a mortgage broker. You need a mortgage? We'll get you that too. She knows how to get right through all the agencies. She knows to cut right through all the crap.
Angela Ortez is the managing director of Besen Capital. It's the mortgage brokerage division of Besen Associates. We talked with her about the value of having a mortgage broker inside the firm.
The value of my service is that I can quickly assess for our customers what type of financing they can get on a piece of property, whether it's an acquisition or refinancing or development deal. So that way, in this competitive market, they can move quickly and know what type of price they can pay.
And how effective are you at arranging loans for clients?
Part of my job is to constantly scan the market, speaking to the top lenders in New York City who are active in the commercial real estate market. So knowing what each of the banks have to offer.
And how important would you say your services are to the firm?
I find out what my prospective borrowers' needs are for the property.
I know there have been a lot of changes in this business over the years. How has this agency reacted and adapted to all of the changes in your business?
We've been very nimble. We've identified the changes, we've identified the trends, and we've actually done research on where the future is going for us. We've created different firms within our firm so that we can go in there, we can capture those opportunities and use those opportunities to complement what we originally started as, which is an investment sales firm. So by being able to say to an average investor, which opens the door to average investors now, is we can finance your property for you. We'll find you the bank to loan you the money. We'll find you the managing agent. We'll put our full attention on this asset to make it more than you think it's worth, to add value to that asset. So then in 2, 3, 4 years, it will have appreciated, not just by regular appreciation, which in Manhattan is extraordinary, but by adding the additional value to that piece. So that now you are out there, you've made the most of this asset, where you've actually had control over it, using our services.
Explain something to me. At the current rate, how fast does property appreciate here?
I have to tell you, in the past year, okay, properties have appreciated, I'd say, in 10–15% a month.
What's the secret to negotiating a good deal?
Being compassionate, understanding both sides, not getting emotional, it cannot be about the broker. It has to be about the people you're working for. It has to be about the seller, and it has to be about the buyers.
You know something, I get the distinct impression that you are one person who really loves what you do.
I get up in the morning, and you know what? There is no limit to what I can do. There's no cap on what I can do. I can go in, I can work as hard as I want, I can work as easily as I want. It's up to me. I drive myself.
Michael Besen and Associates, providing outstanding service in the world of commercial real estate here in New York. I'm Doug Llewellyn reporting from Manhattan.